Hi everyone. Now we are going to start the topic motion. So already we completed more topics in science and maths. Please check in group, in entrance guide channel. In this channel, if you go to channel and in that if you go to playlists, you will get directly this topic wise list. You get there. You can check easily whatever the topic you need. Here we are going to motion. So till now if you didn't subscribe my channel, please subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching. So, motion. Motion means a body is said to be in motion if it changes its position with respect to its surroundings in a given time. Means, I have seen a car or a person. He is here. After 1 second, 2 second or 1 minute. After 1 minute, he is here. He changed his position from here to here, from position A to position B. He changed his position. Then we can say this person is in motion. Then we can say his person is in motion. If you observe any person for some time, so just observe me. After up to completion of this class, I won't change my position. So I will stand here only. Then you can say I am with a rest position. My position is rest. Okay, I won't change my position. After 1 minute, after 2 minutes, after 3 minutes or after 10 minutes, I won't change my position. That's why you can say this object is at rest position. So, if object change its position with respect to surroundings in a given time is called as motion. And this motion is always relative. Relative motion. Motion is always relative. Relative means it depends on other things. Other things. For example, I stand here. So, this board is right to me. This board. Which side? Right to me. This is the position. But when I stand that side, then only I say this board is left to me. So, which answer is correct? Both are correct. So, this board position depends on my position. So, depending on my position, I can say when I stand here, this is at right. And when I stand that side, I can say that is left to me. So, motion is always relative. So, same like this. If two persons are moving in a car, two persons, one is driver and passenger, both are moving in a car. So, when those are moving in a car, from here to here, they move. Okay, driver, passenger. So, here a building, a tree, a building, all are here. So, first when we observe, this car is here. And after some time, this car is here. Means, it moved away from this tree and next to building and next it crossed the building also. So, we can say, whoever standing here under the tree, who stand under the tree, he says that this car is in motion. Why? Because this car position with his position, this car position is changing. That's why who is at this tree, he says that this car is in motion. But if you take driver and passenger, driver is in front seat, passenger is at back seat. So they are not changing their position. So with respect to driver, passenger's position is same. There is no change between their positions. There is no change distance between those two members. So driver is here, passenger is here. When car moves from here to here, same driver is here, passenger is here. There is no changing distance between driver and passenger. So with respect to driver, passenger is at rest position. With respect to passenger, driver is also at a rest position. But with respect to outer side, this man who is at this tree, with respect to him, this car means passenger and driver both are in motion. with respect to driver and passenger, he is also in motion. The man who is outside the car. Why? Because first when they see driver and passenger, he is in front of them. After 1 minute, he is back to that car. Means he is changing his position with respect to the car. So according to this tree, he is at rest position. According to tree, this person is at rest position. He is standing there. That's why according to this tree, he is at rest position. But according to the persons or car who are in the persons in the car, according to with respect to these persons, this person with motion. This person is in motion. So this is called relative motion. So motion is always relative, means depends on other things. Here we have distance and displacement. There is difference between distance and displacement. For example, if you want to go from place A to B, place A is here, place B is here. So from here to there, you have Dambar road. So that road is like this. So in this way you have to go. Then this is called distance, the length covered in given time. So from here to here, the length, how much length it is from A to B, the way, path length. Path length is called as distance. Next, if you go to displacement, shortest length. When you will get shortest length? If you draw a straight line. If you draw a straight line from A to B, this is only the shortest length between A to B. Then simply this is called short way. That short way is only called as displacement. Shortest distance is only called as displacement. Shortest distance is only called as displacement. So this is called distance and this is displacement. So distance means we are going in this direction, after changing the direction, after here changing the direction, or from here we are changing the direction. So distance means it don't have specific direction. That's why distance is a scalar quantity. This is very important. Distance is a scalar quantity, means it has no direction. The quantity which has only magnitude, means it has some value. Magnitude means it has some value. Distance 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers, it has some value, magnitude, but no direction. Then those quantities are called as scalars. So distance is scalar. If you go for displacement, so in which direction you went? Yo, see this is the direction. So displacement has exact direction. That's why displacement is vector quantity. Displacement is vector quantity. Here displacement is vector. Next, distance. Distance means length only, na? Length traveled is only called as distance. So length units, kilometer, meter, centimeter, like this. Units for distance is kilometer, meter, centimeter. Displacement also same length only, na? So units for displacement also same, kilometer, meter, centimeter. Same units for distance and displacement. Next, if you go to speed. Speed means distance covered in unit time. Distance covered in unit time is called as speed. If you go for velocity, here also difference between speed and velocity. Displacement covered in unit time is called as velocity. Speed means distance per time. Velocity means displacement per time. So speed means distance. Distance means it is a scalar quantity. When distance is scalar quantity, time is also scalar quantity. Time don't have any direction, na? Time, how much time is? 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. But in which direction? We can't ask like that, na? So time has magnitude 3, 4, 5 like that. But it don't have any direction. So this is also scalar. When these two are scalar quantities, speed is also scalar. Speed is also scalar. But if you go to velocity, time is scalar, but displacement is vector quantity. That's why velocity is also vector quantity. Velocity also vector quantity. And speed units. Distance means meter. We can take meter. Time by second. Meter per second. Velocity also same. Displacement units meter by second. Time seconds. Meter per second. Otherwise, if you take kilometer, kilometer per hour. Same velocity also kilometer per hour. So these are the units for speed and velocity. We can change kilometer per hour into meter per second. How can we change? So 1 kilometer per hour equal to 1 kilometer. 1 kilometer is how many meters? 1000 meters. 1000 meters by hour. 1 hour is how many seconds? 3600 seconds. 1 hour means 60 minutes. 1 minute is 60 seconds. So 60 into 60, 3600 seconds. 1 hour means 3600 seconds. Seconds, yes. So 1 into 1000 means 1000. 1000 by 3600. So 0, 0, 0, 0. Cancel. Meter per second you have to write here. So 2 5s are 10. 2 18s are 36. So 5 by 18 meter per second. So 1 kilometer per hour is equal to, this is also important question already asked in most entrance exams. 1 kilometer per hour is equal to 5 by 18 meter per second, and also you get in problems. In vehicles we have speedometer and odometer. Speedometer means which shows the speed. Speed means at that time, at that instant of time, with how much speed we are traveling. So it shows the reading 50 speed, 60 speed, 70 speed, or we can decrease the speed slowly. It decreases to 50, 40, 30. When you stop the bike or car, it reaches to 0. So which shows the speed is called as speedometer. Speedometer always shows instantaneous speed. Instantaneous speed means speed at that moment. At that time when you observed that movement, what is the speed? That is called instantaneous speed. So speedometer always shows instantaneous speed. So this is also question here. What is that is? A traffic police. Traffic police can observe which speed? Instantaneous speed or average speed? Only instantaneous speed. Why? Because average speed, how can he know? He don't know the average speed, no? Why? Because he is coming from 100 speed from there, and when he looked that, means that driver, car driver, he observed the traffic police and slowly he decreased its speed. Means whenever the traffic police observing, he is going with just 30 speed. So with the whatever the speed going in front of the traffic police, that only he observes. This is also question asked already. So traffic police can observe only instantaneous speed, not average speed. So the speedometer shows only instantaneous speed. Next, odometer shows distance traveled. How much distance? From bike starting, from car starting. It starts with 1, 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers. Every day if you travel 10 kilometers, 10, next day 20, 10 becomes 20, next day it becomes 30 or 40, like that. So how much distance you traveled, that shows by odometer. So this, here we have a question also. If here a pen sketch is here, just I have taken this sketch from here to here, and again I keep it here at the same position. I keep it here. Then what is its displacement? What is its displacement? Its displacement is 0. Why? Because from here I have taken to this point and again I kept here. Means this object has its original position. Initial point is this and final point is also this. Distance between, shortest distance between initial and final position is 0. So displacement is also 0. This is also very important question. If for initial position and final position both are same, then displacement is 0. We have distance. From here to here, this length and this length, both we have to measure. That is distance. But displacement is 0. Next here we have a question. Odometer readings in a car. Initially, when they started the car, odometer reading 4849. And finally, when they stop, its reading is 5549. And journey time is 25 hours. Car journey for 25 hours. Then, what is the speed we have to find out? We have to find out the speed of the car. So, speed is equal to, we know, distance travelled. Total distance. So, this speed is called as average speed. Why? Because speed, sometimes it may go with 100 speed, or sometimes it may go with 50 speed, and sometimes it may at rest position for some time. So, we take average speed. Average speed is equal to total distance per time, total time taken. So, total distance. How much distance it travelled? From 4849 to 5549. Means we have to subtract the distance travelled. 5549 minus 4849 by time. How much time? 25 hours time taken. So 5549 minus 4849 means 700. 700 by 25. So 25 ones. 25 twos are 50, remaining 20. 20 means it become 200. So 25 eights are 200. So it become 28. 28. This speed is kilometers. Odometer shows speed in kilometers. By this is in hours. Kilometer per hour. Just try to change this kilometer per hour into meter per second. So what we have to do? 28 kilometer per hour is equal to 28 into what I have given, 5 by 18 meter per second. Just if you multiply with 5 by 18, you will get meter per second. Next we have uniform motion, non-uniform motion. Uniform motion. In that only we have uniform means same. If a body covers equal distances in equal intervals of time, it is said to be in uniform motion. Equal distances in equal intervals of time. 0 to 0. First time is 0 seconds. So distance also 0. It is at rest position. After 1 second, it travel to 4 meters. 1 to 2 seconds means after again 1 second. 4 to 8 means again 8 minus 4, 4 meters. Again here to here 1 second time. Here to here 4 meters distance. Same here to here 1 second time. Here to here same 4 meters distance. Next 2 to 3 second means 1 second. Again 1 second. 8 to 12 means again 4 meters distance. Equal distances in equal intervals of time. Then we can say this object is in uniform motion. If you draw a graph taking time on x-axis, distance on y-axis, you will get a straight line which is passing through origin. For this uniform motion, graph is straight line which is passing through origin. And when velocity is constant, then we can say object is at in uniform motion. So when velocity constant, displacement per time is constant. Displacement by time means s by t. When it is constant, we can say velocity is constant. So automatically equal intervals of time. 4 by 1, 4, 4 by 1, 4, 4 by 1, 4. So when velocity is constant, we can say that object is in uniform motion. Non-uniform motion. If a body covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time. Means for example here, except this 8 I am taking 9. So from 1 second, 1 second, equal intervals of time, 1 second, 1 second. But here to here 4, 4 to 9 means this become 5 meters. And again 9 to 12 means this become 3 meters. So its distance covered in equal intervals of times, unequal distances, 4, 5, 3. When it travels unequal distances in equal intervals of time, then we can say this is non-uniform motion. For this non-uniform motion, if you take t, time on x-axis, distance on y-axis, you may get different types of curves or any not straight line. We get any line or curve in that graph. Examples for uniform motion is movement of units, seconds, hands of a clock. clock second hands. It moves in uniform time, uniform distances. That's why that is uniform motion. And for non-uniform motion, you can take any what is that? A boy riding bicycle riding in a crowd place. So always it changes its velocity. That's why we take that as non-uniform motion. So next we have types of motions. Translatory motion. First one is translatory motion. So we have three types of motions. In that, first one is translatory motion. Translatory motion means if all parts of a moving body moves in the direction of motion. All parts. If this is a pen or you take assume this as a bus. So this as a bus. So when it is moving, all parts means its door, its seats and whatever the objects present in this bus all move in the same direction. The total bus moves in the same direction. Then we can say that is translatory motion. If all parts of moving body moves in the direction of motion, then it is called translatory motion. This translatory motion again two types. If a body in translatory motion and if that body moves along a straight line, then we can say that translatory motion as rectilinear motion. Example, motion of a mango falling from tree. From tree, if a mango falls down, the total part of mango moves in the same direction and it is moving in a straight line. That's why it is that is translatory motion. The translatory motion is rectilinear motion. Next, translatory motion, second type is if a body moves along a curved path, then that is called curvilinear motion. Means example, if you take movement of a needle in a speedometer. In a speedometer, movement of needle always moves like this. So 10, 0, 10, 20, 30. Speedometer you can observe in a car. So it always moves like a curve. And the total part moves in the same direction. That's why that is called curvilinear motion. So rectilinear and curvilinear both comes under translatory motion. Next, second type of motion is rotatory motion. So rotatory motion means motion of all particles of moving body follow a circular path with respect to a fixed center or axis of rotation is called as rotatory motion. Means simply if you take fan blades always rotates in a circular path around a fixed point. It has a fixed point. Around that fixed point, that fan blades every time they follow that circular path with respect to a fixed center. So that is called as rotatory motion. So spinning top, bongaram antam kada, bongaram tipputam. Spinning top, that also same. With a center, it rotates. It covers a circular path. Potter's wheel, kundal tayar chese wheel. It also rotates in a circular path with a fixed center. Fan blades, earth also same, rotates around a fixed center. Always it covers circular path. So all these are rotatory motion. But if I am here giving a motion example, motion of earth around the sun. Motion of earth around the sun. Is it translatory motion or rotatory motion? Motion of earth around the sun means earth revolves around it. So this is a rotatory motion and it can revolve around the sun also. Means that is a first when it is revolving around itself, that is rotatory motion, and when it is revolving around the sun, so total part of the earth moving at a curved path means that is curvilinear motion. Curvilinear motion means that is a translatory motion. So motion of earth around the sun is both translatory motion and rotatory motion. In the translatory motion, which motion is this? Curvilinear motion. Next, motion of a drill bit, a drilling machine. If you drill like this, what happens? The drilling machine goes into it by rounding around itself. So when it is rounding itself with a particular center or axis, that is called rotatory motion. At the same time, the drilling bit is moving inside the wall, then it is translatory motion. So it has same translator and rotator, both the motions. Next, motion of a wheel of an object. Wheels. So this wheel always turns like this. Means it is revolving around a fixed center and they move front also. Again and again rotating, they move front also. That's why that movement of wheel is also translatory motion and rotatory motion, both the motions. So these are spinning top, it has only rotatory motion. Potter's wheel, only rotatory motion. Fan blades also only rotatory motion. Earth revolving around itself is rotatory motion. Earth around the sun means both translatory and rotatory motion. Next, oscillatory motion, third one. So we have three types: translatory, completed, rotatory. This is third, oscillatory motion. To and fro motion. To and fro motion of an object about a fixed point is called as oscillatory motion. To and fro, ముందుకు వెనుకకు లేదా ఇటు పక్కకు ఇటు పక్కకు ఇలా వస్తుంటే దాన్ని ఏమంటాం మనం? అట్ ఏ ఫిక్స్డ్ పాయింట్. ఈ ఫిక్స్డ్ పాయింట్ నుండి ఇటు ఇటు, అగైన్ ఫిక్స్డ్ పాయింట్ ఇటు ఇటు. The to and fro motion is called as oscillatory motion. Typewriter key, always it moves front, down and up. So and needle in a sewing machine, needle also same, up and down from a fixed point. So that is oscillatory motion. Next, pendulum in a clock, pendulum. That pendulum always moves to and fro motion. That is also oscillatory motion. Vibrating sitar string, if you vibrate once, it moves to and fro. That is only vibration. So that is also oscillatory motion. So units of time. For time we have so many units. Seconds, minutes means 1 minute means 60 seconds. Hour means 60 minutes. Days, day means 24 hours. Week means 7 days. Fortnight means 14 nights. పక్షం రోజులు అంటే కదా 15 days. 2 weeks, simply 2 weeks. 2 weeks is 15 days. Month, 30 days. 4 weeks or 2 fortnights. 30 days, 2 fortnights. 14 nights, fortnights. Year, 365 days or 12 months. Decade, 10 years. Decade means 10 years. Century means 10 decades, means 100 years. Millennium means 10 centuries, means 1000 years. These all are units of time. Here I have given just 4 questions only. Answer these questions. If you have any doubt, please comment in comment box. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe my channel.